News.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Made for agriculture, we are MFA.
Get your calves off to a good start with MFA branded feeds. With time-tested, proven feeds like Cattle Charge and Full Throttle, you can put pounds on your calves quickly, efficiently, and safely. The feed-to-gain ratios speak for themselves. A good start is critical for this year's calf crop. Financing is available. Get a great start with MFA Feed.
We are MFA.
Good morning and welcome to KSMO Radio. Let's take a look at your noon hour weather forecast. Today will continue to be mostly sunny with a high temperature near 73 degrees with calm winds. Then tonight we do have a 30% chance of showers, mainly after 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, with mostly cloudy skies and low temperature around 52 degrees. We'll have a light southeasterly wind tonight. Then tomorrow showers are likely mainly during tomorrow afternoon, with a chance of precipitation at 70%. New rainfall amounts between a tenth and a quarter of an inch are possible. Will be mostly cloudy with a high temperature near 68 tomorrow, and easterly winds will be 5 to 8 miles per hour. Then tomorrow night, our chances for showers drop down to 40% with mostly cloudy skies and low temperature around 52. Winds will be out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour. They'll become calm during tomorrow evening. Thursday, we're up to a 50-50 chance of showers during Thursday afternoon with mostly cloudy skies and a high temperature near 71. Winds will be out of the northeast at 5 to 7 miles per hour. Skies should be mostly cloudy Thursday night, low around 49. Then Friday will be mostly sunny with a high near 70 degrees. Friday night, we expect partly cloudy skies, low temperature around 43. Then our weekend's going to start out on Saturday with sunny skies and a high temperature near 73 degrees. Skies will be mostly clear Saturday night, low around 48. Then Sunday, sunny again with a high temperature near 77. Mostly clear skies in the forecast for Sunday night with low around 52, and that new work week's going to start out on Monday with a chance of showers with mostly sunny skies and a high temperature near 79 degrees. And that is your noon hour weather update brought to you by all of us here at KSMO, where it's now time for the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report.
Receive Brownfield's latest national and state news, markets, and weather in your email inbox. Sign up for Brownfield's Agriculture Today e-newsletter at brownfieldagnews.com. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield, and this is my 2 cents. I have been humming the Army theme song all day. I spent some time visiting with an Army ROTC recruiter whose booth was next to mine during a recent state FFA convention career expo. He knew my brother, who had a 2-decade career in the U.S. Army and then Missouri Army National Guard. My brother now works as a human resources assistant in the military science department at a university. My brother did not push either of his daughters toward a military career, although one did choose that path. Both girls are patriotic. They support and love our country equally. My sister and I, too, support and love our country, but neither of us chose the same path as our brother. My parents instilled in all of us a sense of patriotic responsibility. We learned to respect the American flag and to pledge our allegiance to it. Like many of you in America's heartland, I have ancestors who fought in the American Revolutionary War and nearly every war or conflict since in which American soldiers were called to action. We grew up hearing the stories of our ancestors who had sacrificed so much as American patriots so that we could enjoy freedom. And yet, no one in my family ever tried to force me to accept their definition of patriotism. Respect and honor go hand in hand with freedom. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield. That's my 2 cents.
Farming's hard. To feed the world, farmers have to work the land, brave the elements, and fight the battle against weeds. Weeds reduce crop yields, so prices go up and everybody gets less to eat. But 50 years ago, farmers got a new tool to fight weeds, glyphosate. It kills weeds while protecting the harvest. Time and again, it has been approved by the EPA and by leading regulatory bodies around the world. It helps enable practices that reduce erosion and keep soil healthy, which is good for the earth. Farming's hard, but it's a little easier with glyphosate. Learn more at go.bayer.com/glyphosate. Paid for by Bayer.
Our farmers feed us all. For generations, they've done what's best for the land. So why is the litigation industry threatening Missouri farmers' go-to crop protection tool? Without glyphosate-based herbicides, crop yields will drop, costs will soar, and we'll all see even higher grocery bills. Farmers need to be supported, not controlled. To keep glyphosate available in our state, go to TakeControlMissouri.com. Paid for by Modern Ag Alliance in support of Missouri farmers.
The suicide rate among those in the ag industry is nearly 10 points above the national average.
We need to make it not taboo. You know, we talk about COVID, we talk about all these other things that happen. We still don't seem to want to really have that open, candid conversation about mental health. You don't have to have any fancy letters behind the back of your name. You can be just a normal, everyday person and just be like, hey, are you okay? And be willing to sit down and talk to that person if they're not and validate that.
Saying something could mean everything. Brought to you by the National Corn Growers Association.
If you recently lost health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it was there for Marcus when he lost his job, and Keisha when she turned 26 and lost her parents' insurance, and Elena when she went off Medicaid. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov today to see if you're eligible to enroll. Limited time to enroll. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Direct cash cattle trade was quiet Monday, and cash hogs were mixed. Hello, I'm Brent Barnett with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report. Brought to you by Propane. The Propane Farm Research Program offers compensation for using propane equipment. More at propane.com/PFRP. Cash cattle markets were quiet Monday. This week's show list looked to be mixed, larger in Texas, Colorado, and Nebraska, and smaller in Kansas. No bids or asking prices have surfaced, and it looks like widespread trade will wait until the back half of the week. Last week's business was primarily at $214 to $218 on a live basis in the south, and $340 to $356 dressed in the north. Last week in Iowa, steer and heifer calves and feeder cattle were mostly unevenly steady from a few categories that had some instances of modestly to sharply higher trade. The USDA says demand was good throughout the week, with some weight classes notching all-time high prices due to tighter supplies. Medium and large one-feeder steers weighing 600 to 700 pounds brought $290 to $385. Medium and large one-feeder heifers weighing 400 to 500 pounds in the state were reported at $335 to $442.50. Boxed beef closed higher on Monday, with choice up 67 cents at $343.57. Select was up $272 at $328.07. Estimated cattle slaughter was 109,000 head. Cash hogs were mixed with light closing negotiated numbers at the major direct markets. It appears buyers are assessing their near-term needs and demand, and seasonally, domestic demand has shown some signs of improvement. Barrels and gilts at the National Daily Direct were down $155 with a base range of $86 to $94. The Western Corn Belt was down $220 with a weighted average price of $90.09. Butcher hogs were steady in the Midwest cash markets with barrels and gilts at $66. Sows were at $63 to $69. Boars marked at $21. Pork values closed lower on Monday, down $172 at $96.66. Estimated hog slaughter was 482,000 head. At the CME, live and feeder cattle futures were sharply higher on Monday, supported by last week's direct business and some early optimism about this week's trade. Lean hog futures were mixed on Monday on spread trade, the mixed cash during the session, and questions about domestic and export demand for pork. I'm Brent Barnett, Brownfield.
This spotlight on soybeans is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff. Feeding more soybean meal is a goal within Missouri Soybean's strategic plan. Market Development Director Matt Amick says a tailwind to that goal is the projected proliferation of soybean meal production.
We could have as much as 9 million metric tons of soybean meal, which would be basically nearly triple what we produce in the state of Missouri. So we're going to have a lot of soybean meal available, which could present some opportunities on the cost side.
Aside from costs, Amick points out plenty of reasons that dairies in other parts of the country should consider relocating nearer to land, water, and feed.
If you're out west, you're a little bit further away from where all the corn and soybean production is, so bringing them closer to their feed source. So a lot of advantages there in trying to expand dairy.
Learn more at mosoy.org and on the Spotlight podcast from Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
That has been the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report. It is now time for a look at updated funeral announcements that's being brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County for over 30 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they are available in over 50 locations in Salem and in Bunker, and online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today. Be sure and pick one up every weekday or check it out online. Emma Rebecca Williams of Cherryville passed away Saturday, May 3rd, at the age of 90 years. Funeral services for Emma Williams will be Wednesday at 2 in the afternoon at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville. Visitation for family and friends of Emma Williams will start at 11 Wednesday morning and continue until service time at 2 o'clock. Entry will be at the Martin Trask Cemetery, Cherryville, Missouri. And all arrangements for Emma Rebecca Williams of Cherryville are under the direction of the Britton Bennett Funeral Home of Steelville. That has been a look at updated funeral announcements, and it was brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Your World Today is the only daily news flyer in Dent County. It is available in over 40 locations, actually over 50 locations in Salem and in Bunker. And be sure and check out Your World Today online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today has been serving Dent County for over 30 years, and the best part about it is absolutely free.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
It is now time for a look at local news, and it's being brought to you by Southwest Baptist University Salem Campus. SBU Salem Campus provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding area. For more on degrees and programs, stop by SBU Salem Campus today at 501 South Grand Street, or you can call them at 573-729-7071. I'm Bob Parsons reporting. The Dent County Commissioners met Monday morning at the courthouse. In the road report, District 1 Commissioner Keith Green said grading would be done on Dent County roads 2430, 4220, and 5630, while brush is going to be cut on County Road 5380. He also said culvert work was going to be done in various locations. District 2 Commissioner Jimmy Williams said his crew would be adding rock and grading Dent County roads 3190, 3200, and 4390, while only grading would be done on County Road 4380. Williams said crew members would be picking up County Truck number 126 from Napide in Jefferson City. Presiding Commissioner Gary Larson said MoDOT has announced $16.5 million that are available for TAP grants for hiking and biking trails, sidewalks, and other alternative methods. Contact Kelly Sink at MRPC if interested. That phone number 573-265-2993. Larson also said MRPC will be holding an informational meeting to discuss disaster relief grants from the tornado damage on Wednesday, May 7th. But he wasn't sure if that was for those counties that were listed for state and federal assistance. Dent County Collector Angie Curley said her office balanced with the collector and assessor for the month of April on all the collections, add-ons, and abatements. She also said her office balanced with the treasurer on all monthly accounts for April. Curley also said people should start receiving their voter registration cards in the mail, and if they don't receive one by May 15th, call the county clerk's office at 573-729-4144. Dent County Emergency Management Director Derek Marfit came in to give the commission an update on the FEMA reimbursements and claims. He said May 15th will be the last day the county can submit a loss or damages that needs to be included in the county FEMA road and bridge claims. Marford said he and FEMA officials inspected every road in Dent County as part of the FEMA Quality Control Program. Marford said that he has everything ready to go and will submit it provided there are no more damage claims. But the commissioners asked about reimbursement, and that will not happen until FEMA considers each claim as a finished project. City of Salem City Administrator Sally Burbridge was in attendance, and the commissioners were asking about the light poles and fixtures that the city was using for their TAP grant to improve the sidewalks. Burbridge said she didn't have the exact cost with her, but said it ran about $25,000 per half block for the poles and fixtures, which did not include installation. She also said the city had two sizes of poles, 20-foot poles at the 4th Street and Highway 19 intersections, and 14-foot poles on the streets that also featured flag and banner holders. The commissioners said they wanted to match what the city was doing on their TAP grant for new sidewalks around the courthouse, and that included the light poles, but wanted to know who was responsible for the new poles, the city or the county. The old specs by Great Rivers Engineering had the old poles being removed and reinstalled for $1,000 each for the 8 poles, but they later said that couldn't be done because of the construction of the poles. Burbridge suggested a possible cost share between the city and county, but told the commissioners to have Great Rivers Engineering get with her, and she could also provide them with actual pricing of the poles. Dent County Collector Shannon Van Kirk told the commission she mailed out 102 parcels for delinquent tax payments, and that those parcels will be going to the tax sale. Van Kirk said people will have until no later than June 30th to have those tax parcels paid up. The next meeting of the commissioners will be Monday, May 12th at 9 o'clock at the courthouse, since the courthouse is closed this Thursday for Truman's birthday. The Planning and Zoning Board of Commissioners will hold a public hearing and meeting tonight at 6 o'clock at 202 Washington Street in the Old City Hall Auditorium. The hearing will be to recognize anyone that wishes to speak on the following rezoning request. A request by Jacqueline Flaherty for conditional use for vacation rental located at 304 East Center Street. A request by Southwest Baptist University to rezone property located at 501 South Grand Street from R1 to commercial. A request from Southwest Baptist University for conditional use for Compass Health to provide counseling services in residential zone located at 501 South Grand. Following the close of the hearing, the commissioners will hold a meeting to consider the acceptance or rejection of each request listed, followed by adjournment. The public hearing and meeting are open to the public. Salem Memorial Hospital Board of Directors will hold a special meeting tonight at 7 o'clock at the hospital library. At the meeting, after public comments are heard, the board will go into executive session concerning legal discussion with counsel. The Salem Memorial Hospital Special Board meeting tonight is open to the public for the public comments, but not, of course, for the executive session. Spring at Missouri State Parks and Historic Sites provides something for everyone, from starry nights to special events. There's bound to be something to fit your interest. Thursday evening, May 8th at 6 o'clock will be the Women's Outdoors Birding 101 at Echo Bluff State Park. Birding is a year-round activity that is enjoyed by thousands, and you're invited to join in the fun. Binoculars and field guides will be available, but you are welcome to bring your own. This hands-on class is taught by women for women. Participation is restricted to women ages 16 and older. There is a limit of 15 participants per class, and registration is required. To register, contact Connie at 573-751-1224 or online at connie.weber@dnr.mo.gov. Participants should meet at Blufftop Pavilion, located at 35244 Echo Bluff Drive near Eminence. Then Saturday morning, May 10th at 9 o'clock will be the Old Mill Day at Montauk State Park. Come out to Montauk for the annual Old Mill Day event to celebrate Montauk Mill and traditional Ozark life. Due to flood damage and ongoing repairs, the mill will likely not be open for tours during the event. However, there will be a variety of other activities throughout the day. These will include living history performances, historical skills demonstrations, an arts and crafts fair with items available for purchase, walking tours, and hands-on crafts and games for all ages. All activities will take place around the mill. Admission to the event is free and open to the public, and there's no need to register. Montauk State Park is located at 345 County Road 6670 near Salem. For detailed information on any of these activities, please visit mostateparks.com/events. For more information on state parks and historic sites, visit mostateparks.com. Missouri State Parks is a division of the Missouri Department of Natural Resources. Well, it's almost here. The federal Real ID enforcement deadline is tomorrow. The Real ID Act was passed by the U.S. Congress in 2005 after the 911 Commission recommended the federal government set new standards for the issuance of identification to achieve enhanced security. A Missouri-issued Real ID compliant driver license or ID card will have a star in the upper right-hand corner. A driver license or ID card that is non-compliant with Real ID will have not for Real ID purposes in the upper right-hand corner. After presenting the required documents, typically takes 7 to 10 days for Real ID to arrive in the mail. The temporary paper ID received from the license office at the time of initiation will not be accepted for boarding domestic flights. Applying for Real ID is not mandatory. However, after tomorrow, individuals will be required to present a Real ID compliant document for official purposes, including but not limited to entering nuclear power plants, assessing federal facilities, and boarding federally regulated domestic flights. If you plan on flying in the future but do not want to apply for Real ID, you can present another Transportation Security Administration approved acceptable form of ID, such as your U.S. passport. A non-compliant driver license or ID card will continue to be acceptable verification for age identity, driving privileges, voting and registering to vote, and other purposes not limited by the Real ID Act. The Missouri Department of Revenue is warning Missourians of ongoing nationwide text scams. The department has received a large increase in calls reporting these phishing texts. These texts are often threatening, claiming to be from the Missouri Department of Revenue or Department of Motor Vehicles, and may include a warning regarding unpaid traffic violations, outstanding toll charges, or fines owed. These texts are not from the Missouri Department of Revenue and are not legitimate. The department will not send requests for payment or request personal information via text messages. If you receive one of these phishing texts, do not click on any links in the text, do not respond to the text, and be sure to delete the text. The department is working with law enforcement agencies to mitigate these illegal messages. And that has been a look at local news, and it was brought to you by SBU Salem campus at 501 South Grand Street, where they offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. For more about SBU's Salem campus, contact them at 573-729-7071.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life just got a whole lot easier with grocery delivery from your Country Mart here in Salem. Now available through Instacart. Skip the trip and shop from the comfort of your own home. Whether it's fresh produce, household essentials, or last-minute needs, Country Mart has you covered. Simply visit their Instacart page, select your items, and schedule a delivery time that works for you. It's just that easy. Support your local grocer, save time, and enjoy the convenience of shopping with Instacart today. Shop from home, shop with ease, shop Country Mart with Instacart.
This is Chris Hendricks with Wilson Mortuary. When it is within your power, we all want to shield our family from the difficult times and sorrow. Although we can never completely shield them from these times, we can make final arrangements much less stressful for them by pre-arranging our services. Having information on file and the ability to freeze these costs gives them the ability to deal with the loss without the additional stress of all these details. Wilson Mortuary of Salem, our family caring for your family.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
It is now time for a look at local and regional sports, being brought to you as a courtesy of your Ozark sports leader, KSMO. The West Plains Scissors scored 7 times in the first inning after Salem had a 2-0 lead and cruised to a 12-4 win over Salem Monday at West Plains. Ethan Tuma doubled and homered for the Scissors and finished the game with 4 RBIs. Caden Moody had 2 of the 5 Salem hits and also reached on an error. Salem is 10-7-1 on the year, and they will host Cuba this afternoon at the SHS Baseball Field Complex starting at 4:30. You can hear the game on KSMO Radio and video. Stream the game on KSMOradio.com, the KSMO Stream Facebook page, and the KSMO YouTube page starting at 4:15 with Tiger Talk and Coach Tony Edwards. The West Plains Scissors JV shut out the Salem JV Tigers Monday 10-0, and they fall to 3-8-1 on the year with their final game tonight against Cuba. Salem Lady Softball Tigers fell to the Ava Bears in the makeup game Monday night 9-2. Olivia Bettigrew had 2 hits of the 5 Salem hits. Salem is 11-10 on the overall and finished 2-5 in the SCA Conference. The Lady Tigers will be at Plato today in their regular season finale. Salem Tiger tennis team beat the Willow Springs Bears in Class 1 District 5 tournament Monday 5-2, and they'll face Springfield Catholic today in the semifinal at 4 o'clock. The winner of this match will play the winner of the Logan Rogersville and Osage match for the district championship on May 7th at 4 o'clock. The SCA Middle School Track and Field Championships are today and begin at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Cole Reagans pitched 11 strikeouts over 5 innings as the Kansas City Royals shut out the visiting Chicago White Sox 3-0. They'll play again today in Kansas City at 6:40. The St. Louis Cardinals found themselves in an early 2-run hole against the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. A Jose Barrero and Alec Burleson home run in the 3rd tied the game up at 2 apiece. Then in the bottom of the 6th, Wilson Contreras hit a home run and Jose Barrero batted in 2 runs for the Redbirds' winner 6-3. Game 2 is tonight. Tune in to KSMO Radio following the Tiger baseball game for the live coverage of St. Louis Cardinal baseball. And that's been a look at local and regional sports brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO. Stay tuned for a look at sports from the Missouri Net.
This Missouri Net Sports Report is brought to you by the Missouri Association of Natural Gas Operators. If you smell gas or hear a hissing sound, even if you're outside, go upwind and from a safe place, call 911.
Missouri Net Sports, good afternoon. I'm Tim Fisher. We'll start with Major League Baseball, where both the St. Louis Cardinals and Kansas City Royals will look to extend 3-game winning streaks tonight. The Cardinals playing Game 2 of their series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cardinals last night picked up a 6-3 victory in the series opener. 3 home runs from Wilson Contreras, Alec Burleson, and Jose Barrero powering the Cardinals. Skipper Ali Marmol.
To see Burley hit another homer there. He's been working hard at a couple things, but getting it in the air pull side and doing what he did right there was good. Contreras really good swings out of him today. So that's always fun to watch. But overall, we were able to string together some hits at the bottom of that lineup there. Barrero with the big homer and then with the big double.
Game 2 of the 3-game series set for a 6:45 first pitch tonight. Matthew Liebertor gets the start for the Cardinals against Paul Skeens for the Buccos. The Kansas City Royals play Game 2 of their series with the Chicago White Sox at Kauffman Stadium tonight. The Royals yesterday shutting out the Pale Host by the final count of 3-0 behind Cole Reagans returning from missing his last start, not allowing a run over 5 innings and striking out 11. Skipper Mac Quattaro.
We want these guys to make 30-plus starts, right? I mean, this is what they train for. To have Cole, our opening day starter, back out there, hopefully that's the only start he misses all year. I mean, we want him to take the ball as often as we can.
Michael Garcia, Bobby Witt Jr., Drew Waters would all drive in runs for KC. The Royals and White Sox play Game 2 of the 4-game series tonight, 6:40 first pitch. Seth Luco gets the start against Sean Burke. I'm Tim Fisher, Missouri Net Sports.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense. The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Imagine having more days of perfect weather, a combine that's more powerful, or even more soybean bushels per acre at harvest. With Revitec fungicide, you don't have to imagine that last one, because it's proven to deliver up to 9.5 more soybean bushels per acre than the competition. With results like that, it's easy to see why Revitec fungicide is the #1 recommended fungicide by soybean farmers. Visit Revitec.com and talk to your BASF retailer today. Always read and follow label directions.
Stay tuned to KSMO. I've got news from the Missouri Net coming up in 1 minute, and that'll be followed by your latest KSMO weather forecast after the top of the 1 o'clock hour.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm, I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Every day we share personal information, like when you write a check, apply for a credit card, or even make a call on a cell phone. And the Bank of Salem wants to pass on some tips on how to protect yourself from identity theft. Don't carry around more checks, credit cards, or identification information than you really need in your wallet. Make sure you always safely store those items and other important documents. Plus, you should always choose passwords and PIN numbers that will be tough for someone to figure out. These tips are brought to you by the Bank of Salem, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
With News on Missouri Net, I'm Marshall Griffin. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley still opposes cuts to Medicaid benefits, but he tells Missouri Net that he's open to some changes to Medicaid, including work requirements. He also says people in the U.S. illegally should not be receiving Medicaid benefits. Spring turkey hunting season continues in Missouri until May 11th. National Wild Turkey Federation biologist John Burke says the number of turkeys has been trending down, partly because of a drop in survival of baby turkeys called poults.
If it rains a lot,
when they're trying to nest, they're not going to do well. And I'm a little bit concerned about the weather we've been having lately, as almost half our hens are sitting, particularly in the southern part of the state right now. Opossums and raccoons and skunks and fox, they hunt with their nose. So a smelly hen sitting on a nest attracts unwanted attention, and we lose a lot of the eggs.
And University of Missouri Extension says the state is the 19th most populous state in America as of last year, with more than 6.2 million residents. This is Missouri Net.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
The sounds of summer. Please watch for motorcycles. We're all on the same roads. Slow down and enjoy the summer. Simple actions save lives. And riders, please wear your helmets.
This message is brought to you by Save Mo Lives.